For the last 4 days, we've been seeing things in the IPL that we did not see throughout the season, because 4 days in a row, a team that has been ranked lower on the points table compared to the top 4 teams that have qualified has managed to win that encounter. One then wonders, why did you not see this sort of a performance from a Lucknow Super Giants or from a Sunrisers Hyderabad or from a Chennai Super Kings? Because that is the game that we will be talking about, and talking about Chennai Super Kings and talking about things that haven't happened this season. This particular encounter showed two of those things. For first and starters, Chennai Super Kings got 230 runs. Who would have expected a batting lineup that probably had been the most underperforming batting lineup throughout the season of the IPL to notch up 230 runs, well above par? But that is what Chennai Super Kings managed to do right at the death of this tournament. And what's the other thing that we hadn't seen before in this tournament? It was conversely to what Chennai had done, because Chennai got a nice record on their way. Gujarat have got a dubious record that for the very first time this season they've lost 2 games in a row. Throughout this season, they were the best team more often than not, right on top of the points table. Never lost 2 games in a row throughout the season, but have managed to do that at a stage where they just needed 1 win to be in the top 2. And right now, their top 2 position isn't certain. We'll get to what they will need to do, what other teams need to do. But one thing is for certain, because we're taking a look at the last 4 encounters where teams, as I said, rank lower, and teams that have been out of form have upstaged a team that has been better than them, higher on the points table. So the 2 things that probably signify why that is happening: firstly, that bottling under pressure is real, because what's the one thing that was different? The teams that were below were out of the running of the playoffs, so they could play with all the freedoms. Probably that's the reason they played fearless cricket. And on the other hand, you had teams that were on top of the points table bottling under pressure. So fearless cricket for the teams that had nothing to lose, and lots of pressure for teams that were still fighting for the top 2 spot. And I think this is the only logic that kind of tells you why for the last 4 games we've seen teams that have done so well throughout this tournament not winning their encounter. But just looking at this particular match, 230 is what Chennai got, and even though despite this win they will finish at the bottom of the table with the wooden spoon, and unfortunately for CSK this is the very first time that they will be finishing with the wooden spoon in the history of the IPL. But if you were to take a look at a few positives, I think they have a few things to look forward to next season, including some youngsters, and those are the youngsters that shone really brightly today, starting with Ayush Matre, who came in later as a substitute, as a replacement for Ruturaj Gaikwad, once again chipping in with crucial 34 runs at a 200 strike rate. Ditto for Urvil Patel as well, another youngster who came in a little later into this tournament, once again getting 37 runs at a phenomenal strike rate, nearing the 200 mark. And then last but not the least, the standout performer ever since he's come on as a replacement for CSK has been Devil Brevis, and 57 he gets. Again, phenomenal strike rate for him, over 200, and that is what ensured that Chennai Super Kings got to that stage. So as I said, this season done and dusted, but at least they have things to look forward to next season. And that's exactly what MS Dhoni also mentioned at the end of the game, that probably they are giving some sort of signs and fixing a few issues that will help Ruturaj Gaikwad when he takes over the reins next season. It will help him arrange the team. So 2 big talking points there from MS Dhoni at the end of the game. One, he made it very clear that Ruturaj Gaikwad is going to be back as captain next season. And 2, in typical Dhoni fashion, he's kind of told you he's coming back next season, but he's also not told you, because he said, I can't even say I'm coming back, but I can't even say I'm not coming back. So that is again cryptic, typical of MS Dhoni. But if signs are to be believed, it does seem like that those bike rides that he's going to do may just rejuvenate him and allow him those 4-5 months, after which he makes up his mind to come back. So most likely he is going to be coming back into the IPL, but he's also made it clear that Ruturaj Gaikwad is going to be skipper. So those are the things that Chennai can look forward to. What about Gujarat Titans? Not next season, they have to look at this season. As I mentioned, 2 losses in a row, but that one weakness that the whole world was talking about has now finally come to the fore. 2 matches in a row, and probably that's the biggest reason why they've lost. Their middle order. Their middle order hadn't got a run. I don't know whether that is form or because they are rusty, because they didn't get too many batting opportunities, because the top order was doing the job. Now in 2 games, the top order hasn't gotten too many runs as they were doing in a Shubman Gill, in a Joss Butler, in a Sai Sudarshan, and the middle order has really fallen short of expectations. That's a worrisome sign for Gujarat Titans going forward, because whether they finish 3rd or 4th or 1 and 2 doesn't matter. This is now an open secret that the teams need. They are going to go all out to get those 2 or 3 wickets at top, and then they know that the game is under control. So right now, Gujarat Titans looking on a very sticky pitch, though they still have a chance to finish in the top 2. For that, they will need a favour from Lucknow Super Giants, because it's very simple for Gujarat. If LSG beat RCB, you will have Gujarat Titans in the top 2, because remember, Punjab and Mumbai, one of them is going to go above Gujarat for certain, but the other one is going to cancel the opposition out. So in that sense, one is going to be below Gujarat. So ideally for them, they will be looking at that RCB LSG game. Simple math for them. Doesn't matter what happens in the Punjab Mumbai games, but if LSG can do Gujarat a favour by beating RCB, then Gujarat have the chance to play qualifier number 1. Having said that, they have another problem. Even if they play qualifier 1 or eliminator 1, Joss Butler will not be available in the playoff, and that's going to be a major issue for Gujarat, which is anyway struggling for runs from its middle order. Do give us a like on the video if you're enjoying our content, and as always, don't forget to subscribe to Sports Today.